There's a demand in the chat to release the extended cut of the last episode of the podcast. Is that the end of the bonus episode?
I don't know.
I think it is.
It is because
The end of the last bonus episode. For those of you guys who haven't seen it, I don't remember. I went into a fugue state of like a Lord of the Rings rant. I don't know what's happening.
Is that it? Yeah.
But that's what Spencer told me to do when you uploaded the episode. And
yeah,
there's pretty funny.
Started with Lord of the Rings. It
ended with I can't say it.
Maybe a national tragedy or two.
I shan't say it.
I think I cut maybe 25 to 30 seconds of it.
Okay.
And it was all towards the end. So it only escalated further.
Yeah.
Which I want to say it was funny.
For sure.
But it was
too much.
Well, I don't yeah. I guess I can't backstep it. I did cut it.
Yeah.
So it did have me go,
Maybe not.
But
Maybe
it's
not this
a bonus episode. We can do whatever we want in those. Hey guys, you want to join members? Join our bonus episode.
Yeah.
Also, welcome
if
everybody.
We get 5 new subs, I'll release the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, Snyder Cut of the podcast.
Yeah.
Where we include the 15 minutes of us setting up and talking about other things that we can't talk about on the podcast.
Yeah.
Cable?
Yeah, that's exactly what
today was nothing. We were talking about cable and
very mundane.
Yeah. We got by the time this is up, we've already done it. So, and I was also talking about Resident Evil because I'm writing that today as of filming this episode. So, welcome to the podcast, everybody. We don't have a plan for today's episode. Kind of just hanging out and chilling because kind of had a crazy busy week. I'm trying to adjust getting back to working and stuff. And it's Monday. And on Monday, if I told you, normally it's, the busiest day. It's when people like to contact me. But especially if I upload a video, it's like everybody remembers I exist.
Yeah.
And all of my mutuals, all of my sponsors, and sometimes, not always, but sometimes you guys too. I think like Colton is a good culprit of this. Will be like, oh yeah, there's Jacob. I gotta text him. And like everybody decides to hit me up the day I upload something. Yeah. And if it's so today was like mostly responding to messages. It's just
I'm very glad that I didn't message you last night then.
Oh no, you're fine.
Because I did have a very ridiculous request that I wanted. I wanted, because I am behind on podcasts. So by this point, I'm now up to date.
And I should say, it's my fault.
I don't know about that.
It was not for
I don't know about that. I my fucking graphics card showed at the bed.
Oh yeah, well.
But I think we talked about Oblivion for enough time that I can put it as the thumbnail.
Yes.
And I was like, I typed up like a whole paragraph, and I was like, I shouldn't send this. I'm sure he has way better shit to do. I was going to ask you, do you think you have the time to jump into Oblivion and make you and Spencer within the character creator and then screenshot that and then send that to me?
I would have totally done
That's the thing. I have no doubt you would have, but I was like, the man's busy. Yeah. I can't.
Did you make it already?
No, that's tomorrow's. So
I will do that tonight.
If you want to.
I will totally.
If you want to.
That is so funny. It's already happened. They already know. They're like, they did it. I'm going to do it.
Because I have this crazy really idea I want to do. And I was like, it would be if I could have the Oblivion. Yeah.
That would be so funny.
That'd be good.
Oh, my God. Oh, I'm so going to do it.
It was
really funny.
I didn't do it really. Usually I just kind of let myself lull through thumbnails. And I'm like, I'll spend 2 hours on this one, an hour on this one, whatever. I'll kind of vibe check it.
Yeah.
Because I'm behind so often, I'd give myself like a little art challenge. I'm like, no more than 30 minutes. You have 30 minutes and you got to be fucking done. So it's really fun. You guys are going to High Throthgar on the bonus episode 1.
Yes. Oh, the 7,000 steps. Mm-hmm. Wow. Leave off Climic supplies that were in your inventory the entire game.
The whole thing. Yeah.
I started a new thing with Spencer. Part of the subjecting things to Spencer. This is the most abusive thing I do as a husband, which is I make you play Skyrim.
Yeah.
Amidst all this hype right now, it's happened when not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom came out, and I went, what if we just played all the Zelda games on the channel, guys? What if we just all did that?
Yeah.
Now because of this, I'm like, all right. You have to play this. I'm sorry. You have to do it.
Yeah.
And you were like, all right. And I was like, oh, cool. So now we've like carved out a time each week that I'm like, it's Skyrim time. And you just play Skyrim.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Skyrim's fun.
It's also just an excuse to do something together, which is also fun. Yeah. So no, it is. It is. I watched I listened to a what?
He's farting.
Nice, dude.
It's his.
Yeah, he's like podcast time.
Time to shit.
I listened to a 20-hour retrospective analysis of Skyrim, which for those of you who do know is made by Patrician TV, which is the guy that made that 8-hour Morrowind video, which I'm now watching. And I don't know if I agree with like 60% of it, but it was fun to listen to while I painted minis. Yeah. That was nice. And it's the opposite of the problem I was talking about a couple of episodes ago, where I was talking about how it's really annoying to find a YouTube video of somebody trying to have like an opinion about a video game, especially this weirdly encompasses like Bethesda games for me, I guess, mainly Fallout because I know so much about it. And it's just somebody being like, I have an opinion and now I'm just going to recount something that happened in the game. And it's like, that's not having an opinion. You just did like weird, like non-journalism by looking at a video, part of a game and saying something that happened and then being like, what if it's this instead? And it's like, there's nothing really prolific about that. You could have just said that. You didn't have to explain the whole thing. What's crazy about is that's what I thought that video was going to be. That like 20-hour video is going to be like, oh, this is going to be mostly him recapping things.
Yeah.
And it was, but also wasn't. At the same time, he was recapping things and then adding his opinion and then explaining something. So it was like, it was necessary. You taking a picture. Oh, he's big smiling right now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm on the podcast. I'm having a great time. Dude. That was so sweet.
Turned to a yawn.
And there was some of that, but it was like really interesting to listen to because he would have his like own opinion on it, which is like, oh, I think that's a weirdly missing link of like things that I want out of like a video to listen to for a long time. Is like, I like when you explain what happens in the game, but I also want you to say something about it. So it's like, oh, that was nice that he did that. So that's why it's 20 hours is because he's just going through the whole game and then having an opinion about it. And I don't agree with half of his opinions, but I was like, it's fun to listen to while I paint minis.
20 hours is long.
It was way faster than I thought because I would do things while I listened to it.
Oh, for sure. I really like that kind of long form content. So I can go do something or do the dishes or clean my house or something. Yes. But I think the longest is only I've gotten to is like 13.
Yeah.
And even then, I'll probably eat that in like a week or two.
Yeah. I mean, right now, I feel like I have a lot of time for it because in between, like, if I'm painting minis or maybe I'm sitting with him, or I am trying to get him to sleep, or I'm on Marcy duty, which is during bedtime. She likes to get up a lot, so kind of just got to keep putting her back in her bed. I can just put my Raycons in, and not sponsored, but you know, they and just like listen to something in the background. Yeah. So I think and then like it's like I take them out to do other important things. So yeah, I don't know. I just kind of went through it in like a week. It was crazy.
Yeah. That's fun. I love long form content.
Me too. And then it was also really cool to then go onto his channel and find that he has like a Morrowind video and an Oblivion video that are like just like 8 hours and like 12 hours. I was like,
yeah, thank God.
Yeah. And again, like, I don't know, like if you watch it because of me and you're like, this is the thing Jacob's watching, I just want you to understand that like, I don't really care about half of the video. It's just interesting to listen to.
Yeah. Did you finish it?
I did finish the Skyrim one, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then, like, because association brain, which I talked about before, like, when I'm making a mini or I'm building something, I can look at parts of the mini or the things that I've built and been like, oh, that's what I was listening to. Like, the wings on that Hell Wasp that I did, that was all Dawnguard. I was listening to him talk about Dawnguard while I was painting his wings.
Cool.
Anyways, yeah.
I love that. I think that's one of my New Year's resolutions this year. In my I'm going to do something creative every month thing.
Yes.
Is I really want to do like a video essay. But I want to do like just like a small one. I want to do something. I think my thing is to be ambitious but not insane.
Yeah.
So, but I want to do something like more than an hour, less than 3.
Do it.
And I should have picked the subject.
Do it.
I think that's going to be like December or like November.
Yeah.
Like time, because there's just not enough time now. But I would really like to do some kind of long form something. I just love it so much.
Oh my God, that would be so cool.
I love long form content.
Same. I love that, and I you don't understand how excited I would be if you did that.
Very cool.
So you should totally. Yeah, bite off more than you can chew, and then cut it down later.
Well, the thing that's a trick is I need to figure out how exactly I want to like shoot everything, because then I can just then if I think about it, I'm like I don't want to have to do like a shit ton of editing if I don't have to.
Yeah.
But I really like some of the moments where you have like H-Bomber guy who's just kind of like sitting and talking at the camera.
Yes.
And there's the other 13th hour video I watched is him like just talking to a camera while referencing like a whiteboard.
Yes.
And he just cuts out stuff that he like tangents on and does that. That's the kind of stuff I want to do.
Yes.
But I have to first find the topic.
Oh, I think you have
that I give a shit enough to actually like get into it.
Do it. Oh my god. That makes me really jealous because I think you really have like the mind for that and like the creativity to be able to do that, because I can't do it in the same way. Like I could, but it just wouldn't be as good because I'm just not good at. I didn't do good in debate class in high school. I'm not like good at like making an argument, like making a point.
Yeah.
XP to Level 3 is first and foremost a comedy channel. Okay.
Yeah.
So I really envy some people who can just write just a fucking awesome script or have a really awesome premise and then just kind of like have fun with it and kind of do whatever they want. And it's like, it doesn't really matter what you do because the content of what you're talking about is so great.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that's cool.
That's kind of what I'm thinking about, because I think a lot of it's like, I don't really know if I wanted to have like a, like Skyrim's the best game in the world and try and like prove that point.
Right.
But I do have like this idea about in the new Pokemon like pocket game.
I was going to say.
There's a set in it, and there's a Pokemon card that is made of like the art. I don't know if it is drawn this way to mimic construction paper and it looks scrapbooky, or it is scrap paper that they cut to make it look like that. That's and cool. Then in the game you have rarities. So you have something called an interactive rarity. So you can click on it and it becomes a small like movie. And there's this picture of a Pokemon that is covered in this beautiful like piece that's all like construction paper. And then when you move it, the entire thing like turns and rotates and it zooms out and it shows like the world, and he's like in like the underworld. So like this crazy like tubes and stuff. And I want to talk about how art kind of like is one of the only mediums that can transcend into several different mediums within the same time. Yeah. And still convey the same message and not like lose itself, even though they like genre jump in some ways.
Whoa.
But I think I could talk about that probably for about an hour, but I don't know if I could get 3.
That's really interesting because it's like it's something. Oh wow. It's like it shows you how it sets into the world itself.
Yeah. It's very cool. I don't know, for those that play Pocket, it's the Giratina interactive art. I would listen to that. I will screenshot and show you guys. I don't. It's cool. I think I really like that. I think a lot of my things I would talk about is about art, because I think that's what I'm really passionate about is art.
Yes.
Plus, that'd be like a thing to kind of hone in on, with like my year of like I try to do something creative every little bit.
I love that.
I don't know. I think I would like to. I have no real skill in it. So I would have to develop it, which is cool.
Yeah, start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I can only give you the most enthusiasm and encouragement as I can possibly give you.
Yeah.
Please do. I would love to listen to that. It would be so awesome. I think you'd be really good at it too.
I think the only reason I have courage about it is because you guys have hyped me up so much about it. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think I'll do probably something. I just don't know what it is yet, because I got to figure out the right thing.
Hell yeah.
But there you go.
Whoa!
I don't know if I said it, but it's the Giratina full art.
I'm looking at
interactive
it right now.
thing. It's a whole fucking. It's probably like two minutes where I played it, but I'm not gonna do that. But you can kind of see like it has like a design for it.
Yeah, wow.
And Pokemon, the card game, has done so much to break into like real world. I don't know if you're familiar with like certain Pokemon cards that they do out of yarn, or they make like dioramas or models for, and they take photos of it, and then that's like the card art.
Holy shit!
So there's a lot of stuff they like really move into different mediums.
Wow.
I don't know. I think
that's
that
super interesting.
To then transcend it from a card game to then a mobile app to then have a video audio format of a card rarity. Yeah. That like, so you've already done several renditions of mediums to then move to a digital medium, which then allows you to then because that's the question. How much. What can you do differently that you can't do in real form? Have a fucking video of it. So now you can have animated card stuff, and not just like Magic the Gathering, the card stomps down and some guy says some corny ass line. It's like an art piece in motion, and it's very cool.
It's breaking the seams at being this is a card that we're trying to literally break at the box and the boundaries of what we can like consider to be like a piece that's just a card. Like, how can you take that outside of that while still remaining this?
I completely agree.
So interesting.
Yeah. Plus the character, the Pokemon they choose is kind of like symbolically done that a lot. Yeah. So I think it's just they just get it.
That's cool.
And it's very cool. And I think it's a very small thing to be like, this is a chase rare, but I think there's a lot of thought that goes behind that, and I think that could be interesting.
I agree.
I don't know.
It's very cool. Do it. That'd be so sick. He was hungry.
He was.
He's like, please feed me.
That's valid.
He was in the video I uploaded today, and he did a great job. He didn't. He actually. I have footage when I was scrubbing through it where I was like getting my line ready, and he was like smiling. I'm like, oh, you're having fun. You like this? You funny dude. Oh man. Well, I'm running out of things to talk about.
Oh.
Unless you got something.
You can't marry Hadvar.
Who the fuck is Hadvar? Who in the fuck is that?
He's the guy at the start of Skyrim.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy that gets you out?
Yeah, well,
One
there's
of them.
Ralof and Hadvar.
Hadvar's like the guard
Hadvar's
guy.
the
Hadvar is
Imperial
the
one.
Imperial?
Yeah.
Thank God.
You can't marry him.
Thank God you went that way.
She did, yeah.
Yeah, the fucking Stormcloaks are chumps.
Yeah.
Oh.
The chumps,
Yeah.
dude.
I don't know.
I
What do
wish
you-
it, who the fuck... You know who the true king of Skyrim is? Me.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
Me,
I mean,
my name.
Hey, fucking Ulfric.
the conflict of the Imperials and the Stormcloaks becomes very minute when you consider how powerful the Dragonborn is. Like, oh, I'm head of the Dark Brotherhood, the Thieves Guild,
That is really silly.
I'm the leader of the Companions, even though the Companions don't have a leader, but
Yeah.
I'm the leader now. And the College of Winterhold,
Yeah.
and the Forsworn also think I'm a cool guy, and
Yeah.
all the Daedric princes, I'm in their favor. Like, it's
I'm
like,
both a vampire lord and also
and
the
yeah,
wolf pack.
sure, Ulfric can be whatever.
Yeah.
Aldmeri Dominion, come on, Fusroda, come on.
It's very cool.
No, yeah.
But I do think that's a shame because isn't he the one that has like a sibling within the first town? Doesn't he have like
Hadvar?
It's his uncle.
Is
Well,
he
they
the
both
Smith?
do. Ralof has. They both do. So Ralof
Oh.
has his sister and his his uncle and his aunt, and no, my sister Gerder runs a. It's his sister.
Okay.
His sister and her husband have a town, and the Stormcloak guy, and then the Imperial guy has his uncle, who's the blacksmith in
Yeah.
his family.
I think that was the best way to go.
I agree. I actually do. When I first played, it was the first one I played. So like when I first played, well, it wasn't the first Elder Scrolls I played, but when I first played the game and I had Ralof, I was like, oh, I like the blacksmith in more,
Yeah.
and I like just this fucking guy.
Yeah, I agree.
But it is really funny how much people still argue about, like, it's weirdly a nuanced piece of Bethesda like lore that they've written, which never happens, which is like the Imperials versus the Stormcloaks.
Yeah.
Like, people still argue about it with the same vigor of like, who's the best for the Mojave at the end of New Vegas,
Yeah.
which is like trying really hard to be a nuanced take on war and who should rule over the Mojave. But like, Bethesda never fucking does that because their quests equivocate to blow up the town or don't.
Yeah.
But then they weirdly have like I think they accidentally stumbled into making something somewhat nuanced with like the Stormcloaks and the Imperials. So, but it is still, I mean, you boil it down and you look at it, it's like, well, they're a wee bit racist in Winterhold. But there are, I don't want to be on the side of the racists, but like there are some people who, sorry, not to be on the side of the fantasy racists, but like there some people make some good arguments. Like the guy who made the videos, he's more of a, I don't know if I agree with him, but he's more on the Stormcloak side.
Yeah.
And he makes a lot of good arguments as to why. And I don't know if they're good arguments. He just makes an argument.
Yeah,
And it's just interesting to me that you can make an argument. And I think his biggest one was like, well, the Dunmer were more racist back in the day. So actually,
What's up to you?
and General Tullius is actually more racist than Ulfric because of how much he hates Nords. And it's like, I don't know if this should be a racism battle.
Though I would like to know what's your like pick right now? What'd you pick for your character?
Oh yeah,
What did
yeah,
I
your
pick?
Skyrim character. I think
I don't remember.
you are playing a Nord.
We only played
Yeah, you
once for an hour.
It was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a Nord,
Yeah.
and you went warrior,
Yeah.
warrior stone,
Mm-hmm.
and I think what are you wielding? I think you have a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have a sword,
Makes sense.
and then you went to Riverwood. And do you want to say this or should I say it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I remember what I did. I don't remember the names of things.
You did the tutorial, left Helgen with
Yeah.
Hadvar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to Riverwood, met his family.
Yep.
And then you were like,
I was like-
Hadvar's kind of handsome. And I
Yeah.
was like, this coming
Yeah.
from the person who said everybody in this game is ugly.
Well, he's not
And
ugly.
he's-
He is,
I gotta
but
be
not.
honest. He's kind of handsome. He's big. He's like,
Yeah.
he's big and he's just like, come over to my house. And he's kind of got like Giga Chad like look
Yeah.
to him. He's got like this like, and he's just like, come to my house, meet my family. Join up with the Legion. You were going to be killed, but I decided to save you. And you're like, oh my God, enemies to lovers. And I was like, I didn't realize how romantic Hadvar actually is.
Could be.
I mean, more than Rayloff. Rayloff is just kind of like, hello, fellow Stormcloak brother.
Yeah.
But Hadvar's like, I saved you.
You looked it up, and you can't romance him.
No.
Out of everyone in the game.
There's so many people, and the NPCs in Skyrim are so basic. Like, you don't get anything on the level of like a Fallout NPC because they're all supposed to be kind of modular because there's a lot you can do with them, especially like in the main quest, because there's a part where you can have people join the Blades. But so they don't really get a lot of depth except for one character in the DLC. But there's so many characters you can romance, and it's just weird because there's no reason why you couldn't be able to for most NPCs other than it would like weirdly kind of break a quest. But there are NPCs in the game. I listened to a lot of Skyrim recently.
Yeah, just 20
there are
hours.
some NPCs in the game who do have important quests that don't have backups that you can marry, and it weirdly breaks the quest. So like Bethesda didn't really put a lot of thought into, anyways.
Yeah.
So regardless, it's not like that big of a deal.
Do you know what you want to like play like combat wise?
No.
Between like mage, archer, melee?
Probably just melee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
You never know. You might pick up a spell at some point and be like, oh, this is cool.
I might.
You'll see. But no, you went to Whiterun, told Balgruuf, and we were laughing really hard because when you walk in there, Irileth, his housecarl, like slowly walks up to you, and you stopped, looked to the left of you, and there's just a guy in the middle of a giant table eating on his own, and you're like, that guy's just eating there all by himself. And then you turn, and Irileth was just like slowly approaching you with a sword. And you're like, oh my god, what is she doing? And she was just like, hey, and you were like, oh.
Yeah.
And then you told Balgruuf that Riverwood needs help, and you're like, I'm gonna go find Hadvar. And you took a carriage to Solitude.
Yeah.
And then you were like, okay, my goal is to buy a house and marry Hadvar. And I was like, all right. Then we found out you can't marry him.
Yeah.
So then we installed a mod so you can marry Hadvar
good.
at the end of the Civil War quest line.
Yeah.
So I was like, you have to do the Civil War quest line, and you have to do these other quests, and you have to save a bunch of gold, and then you get a house and marry Hadvar. And I think that might just be your goal right now.
Yeah.
I think that's the best part about Skyrim is you don't really beat Skyrim. You should play it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
play
yeah.
Skyrim.
So I walked to like a cave, I think, because that's what the lady wanted me to do.
Yeah. Well, just wait till you hit level 12 and you get Meridia's Beacon out of a box.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think I should do that.
If you see it, there's no choice.
No choice. Just open a box and
the
it's
hands
there.
touched
You
it.
open a box and it's there, and you're like, oh god damn it! And you're like,
it could be.
hand
Are you saying it could be in
touches the
any
beacon.
box?
It can be in any boss dungeon. At the end of any boss dungeon, chest after you hit level 12. It has like a.
Guess I'm not
chance.
opening that.
Yeah, you're
I just
going
will.
without.
I just
You
won't.
will. You will.
Like, oh, there
You'll
could be
forget.
cool loot in there.
No, you'll forget.
The allure is
Too
just
bad.
it's just too great.
Yeah.
Too great.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just have to take it somewhere?
You
Yeah,
should just
yeah.
play the game,
Kinda.
dude. There's so much in Skyrim that is just like this is like ancient knowledge lore of like fantasy tropes in my brain, and
Yeah.
it's like that was really funny for it to be in Descend.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they really wanted Meridia's Beacon in there.
Yeah.
Anyways, shut up about Skyrim. God,
It's only my
I will keep
favorite
updating you
game ever.
on the Skyrim.
I'm so glad it's not in VR.
That me too, dude.
I'm so glad I can just sit down on the couch
Yeah, not want to vomit.
and not want to vomit.
Oh no, I don't think I posted the question on the Discord, so there's only one.
I posted the question on the Discord.
Well, I didn't update the Discord on any questions. Podcast question.
Oh, I only did the member one.
time At everyone? No. Everyone?
Everyone?
Yeah.
Just the
Evil.
guy who is at everyone on the
Yeah,
Discord,
yeah,
though.
at-
Not everyone.
At everyone.
Yeah.
At podcast.
At that one guy.
Yeah.
Enjoyer.
Calling you out, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, I hit it up, yeah. There's one question, so I
Okay.
guess we should humor the one question, which is from Max the Texier. Was the bro kiss on purpose or no? What was Spencer's reaction to it?
What was my reaction to it?
What? Two boys just can't kiss
Yeah.
on a fucking YouTube video anymore?
Yeah.
Come on.
I think I told you to stop kissing Jack, but what am I going to do
I
about
remember
it?
telling
What
you.
am I gonna? I'm powerless in that interaction.
I filmed that before the baby was born. Because
You did.
I took a month off. So I remember telling you, and you were like, "Oh my god!" And then I forgot about it. And then Skylar was editing it a few weeks ago and was like, "I remember you telling me about this, and it jump scared me at the end
Yeah.
with Jack just fully kissing." And then I showed you, and you were like, "Stop kissing!" And I was like, "Sorry." No, the way that it went was it was like we got to the end of the video, and I was like, "All right, let's just." I think I put down my mic, and I go, "Okay, let's." This is the end of the video, so let's just like both lean in to kiss, and then Skylar will cut it. Anyway, okay. And then we did it, but we both just fully committed.
Well,
Yeah.
There's another
forbidden. No,
there's
we
another.
kissed.
There's another part. Skylar said this is the forbidden thumbnail, and the thumbnail is Jack like this, and I'm right here, and my back is right here, and my head's right here. And I was like, oh my god,
my lord. That is a great point.
For audio listeners, it was my head hovering over his nether regions.
Yeah, he has fucking netherese.
And I don't
suck this netherese orbs if you catch my drift. Until he exploded, you know.
Yeah, I'm just putting magic items in the netherese orbs.
Yeah,
you know.
He's so hungry, insatiable. That fucking Jack.
I don't know how he did. I don't remember doing that.
Oh.
He fucking modified memory me after.
I don't know what happened. Yeah,
Whoa.
It was a crazy day.
There's creating a thumbnail is a lot like having control over someone's body as if you were a puppeteer.
Yeah,
There's a lot of horrible things you could do with someone's body.
Yes.
The amount of times I've had to reconstruct someone's face and or duplicate your arm and flip your wrist backwards. I'm glad no one's looking at this close. Because you're like, he has two left hands.
Yeah.
You're like, yep.
Yep.
Was this AI? No, I just did that.
I flipped their hands.
Yeah. If the question's ever, is this AI? The answer is no, and it's more cursed than you think.
Yep. Oh boy, we got hot, fresh questions into the post right now. Freaking 1 minute and 49 seconds ago, all of these. Let me go by most recent. Where's 32 seconds? Or I'll go in order actually. Here, we'll go in. Like I meant like reverse. Like you know what I mean?
I've sensed the folly of my plan.
Albert asked, "Do we like sandwiches?"
Yes.
Yes, I do.
I want sprouts all over mine.
Ooh, sprouts are good.
Sprouts are good.
Broccoli
Little
sprouts,
crunch.
fucking bean sprouts.
Do you know that a pregnant person cannot have sprouts because you might get not formaldehyde? What is it called?
I was like fat. I was like,
Fat.
too late.
Yeah.
From sprouts?
No, what word are you looking for?
Listeria.
There you go. Yeah. Listeria.
And do you know what's funny about that is that it's not because you're pregnant that you can get listeria. Anybody can get listeria.
Yeah.
They just are like, hey, as a pregnant person, don't take the risk. And that made me realize, so I take the risk every time to have horrific listeria.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
And
Oh, well, hang on. Before I say that, what is listeria?
You basically just shit and vomit, I think.
I do be shitting.
It's like
recently.
pinworms, but for your butt.
I do be shitting a lot recently.
Pinworms is
Pinworms
parasite.
for your ass. Oh, no, there
Pinworms
already
are
are
in your ass.
That's right, there are pinworms
They're
in
in
your
my ass?
Yeah,
They could be.
they get in your ass and balls.
Why?
Did you say in your
That's what I was
balls?
helping Jack out with.
Did you
I was
say
just
in
getting
your
rid of his
balls?
pinworms.
Oh, I see.
Because they don't get in your balls.
Oh, thank
They're-
God. What are those, ballworms?
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I can't come to D&D tonight. I got ballworms.
We got ballworms.
Jacob, what's wrong? I got ballworms. You
Yeah.
guys don't want to get it. You don't want to get it.
Yeah.
You don't want to get ballworms.
You just take a little pill
You know how
You
you
can just
get
read
like,
Take a big
ballworms.
fat pill that
Yeah.
cures all the ballworms that ail me.
and your
mind.
pinworms.
no,
What?
That's gonna be a Snyder cut thing. I'll have to delete later, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna have to actively edit the podcast.
Blaster Pastor asked, "Howdy gang, would you ever consider doing live Magic the Gathering game nights every once in a while, like the board game night during the baby break? Doesn't need a consistent schedule, just every now and again. Also, Pep, Baba Booey.
Baba Booey? Oh, fuck, my man. What up? I'm also with you, my guy.
Damn, boy.
Yeah. After the board game night that you and Emma did,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I want to keep doing that. That's really fun.
Yeah.
That's
I was really
cool.
unsure how that was gonna go. And then Colton said, "Have joy,"
Yeah,
and,
have joy,
and
yeah.
the whole roof blew off the top of the house.
Emma won't stop laughing.
It's
She can't stop
funny.
laughing at Have Joy. For those who don't know, for the context, you guys were playing Tapple After Dark, which is a game where you have letters around the outside, and there's a timer, and you have a subject, and you have to tap the letter, and you take turns, and you tap a letter, and the letter is the beginning of the word of the thing that has to go with the subject. So you guys were doing what was it? Things you do after sex, I think is what it was, right? and
Is that what it
Colton
was?
hit
Yes.
hit H and said "have joy," and nobody laughs,
Except
but
for
he
Colton?
laughs at his own joke for like 2 minutes, and then that like starts killing everybody else. The fact that he's laughing at it, and Emma made a short
The
about it.
things
And it
that
was
Colton
really funny.
thinks is like super funny is always it's so great.
So stupid. Yeah. No, that was really. I would love to, and especially like, we could even swap those out with like a Magic the Gathering night every so often.
Be cool.
Magic the Gathering is surprisingly kind of hard to film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but like some of those channels out there, like what are they?
Game nights?
Nights. Yeah. Like they put a lot of production into that.
They do.
Because it's really hard.
Yeah.
That's harder than doing D&D for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
It 100% is. It was so cool to learn that I thought they had a professional studio, and
house.
they were doing the same thing we
Yeah.
were doing, and
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
they're crazy.
Yeah.
So I would love to. We've done it a couple of times before, like when the Fallout one came out, but it was just kind of like sometimes hard to see cards. There's just like a production. I want to do it, and then as I start thinking about it, I'm like, oh, no, then it turns into like a whole thing, and I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
So
I think if you had the third person or some other person behind the camera that was in charge of like, instead of like camera switches, well, I guess you could do that in simultaneously.
Yeah.
But also had an ability to find some way to look up a card and then have the
Yes.
card displayed.
Yeah.
That's the biggest point, I think. But it's so hard to find that's a lot of it. It's like cards are just hard to find that aren't in like shitty quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best app that I've seen is the one that came out during COVID. What was that called? Spell Table? Is that what it's called? That one's really cool because you can play remotely and you can click on cards and you can see the card.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that would be cool for streams.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. So, no, we would love to. You have no idea. We would love to just have a day to stream playing Commander.
For sure.
Fuck, that would be awesome.
For
It's
sure.
just it is a lot harder than it looks. And setting up a board game is a little bit easier than something like that. But thank you. Would love to. There's you guys keep asking, so like at some point we're gonna get
for sure. For sure, right? For sure.
The multiversal the multiversal asbestos deal 77771 asked, would you rather watch all of One Piece or watch all of Eberron? What is this question? That's kind of funny. Oh, you guys really
Probably
thinking about
One Piece because I don't like watching old streams. I don't like hearing my own voice back.
it? Well, yeah, I've already witnessed
And
all
yeah,
of Eberron.
I was there.
But the time differences has to be immense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
One
There's
Piece
like
is
so
longer,
much
right?
One Piece,
Yeah, I
right?
assume.
But then
has
I'd
to
be
be.
in on it.
Oh, you'd get something out of it.
Yeah, because I was there for Eberron. I could have a conversation about Eberron. I
That's
can't.
true.
I just can't tell you shit about One
That's
Piece.
true.
Yeah. Or are they meaning they just said Eberron? What if it's not City of Towers? What if it's
What does that mean?
everything Eberron ever? The books,
That makes more sense in the time difference too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all of Keith's blogs.
Oh, I do that.
Well,
I should do that. I should just. There better be an audiobook out there. Okay.
I hate to say it
There's-
though. I'm saying One Piece too.
Yeah, I've
It's a lot of work.
I've been through Eberron
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, hours for sure. I've also been through it.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. I
Well,
kind of want to listen to an audiobook of one of the Eberron books because there's like Eberron books.
Yeah.
Apparently they're not good though.
That doesn't surprise me.
I don't think that's true.
Wait, am I thinking of the Forgotten Realms ones? No, that's not
That's
true
what's
either.
I
Also-
think Jack said some of them are good.
No, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I should just ask Jack.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
this is the one thing
know.
about. Okay, I want to be careful because I don't want to say something that's going to get me. Not that I'm going to. I just want to make sure that the way I'm wording it is not taken out of context in a way. I don't like AI in general. It's not something I really vibe with. I think it's stupid. I avoid it as much as possible.
Yes.
But sometimes a book doesn't have an audiobook. And I'm like, man, I really just want to listen. I'll put it in Microsoft Sam if I have to.
Well, that's not what I think people are talking about when they talk about AI.
All right. Well, that's yeah.
To
yeah,
help
yeah.
you, absolved you.
Oh, thank you.
You talk about a computer that reads your book.
Yeah.
That's different.
All right. Well,
And as long as it doesn't steal someone's voice, I think you're
Yeah.
good. As long as you're like, oh, I want it, and then I want to sound like fucking Ron Perlman or whatever.
Yeah.
I think if you have Microsoft Sam or some like Siri read your
that's
book,
also like an accessibility thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That is more than okay, and
Okay,
is what
just
AI
making
is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right. I just want to make sure I wasn't going down the path of like, oh, I love AI, that kind of stuff, because I don't. But like,
No, but
there's some times when I'm like, man, it would be cool if this had like an audiobook, but it doesn't.
So
yeah, no, it should
there
be.
are
Because exactly what Spencer said.
at least 20. Sorry, there are 54 results for Eberron on Audible, and we have credits on Audible.
Well, there you go.
Yo.
If you want to
Yeah.
steal some of my...
Give me some suggestions.
Bud.
All right. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Ahem. Let's see here. Zelrock Chaos 1.
So I just thought about the idea of me going, I love long form content, but I would never listen to someone read a book. And I'm like, wait a minute.
I know, right?
Hang on.
Yeah.
Do you not
Maybe I
listen to
would like
audiobooks?
that.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't.
So the
But
thing...
you know what? I think I might have to.
So I've been listening to audiobooks in the middle of the night when I wake up with him or just while I'm doing stuff. The only thing about it is sometimes I really hate the voice of the person who's reading the audiobook. And then there's nothing you can do about it because it's like, well, I spent the money or the
maybe
credit.
I should say I don't like Audible.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I need to sit with that some more.
Yeah.
Because I think I do listen to audiobooks. They're just not through Audible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I listen to YouTubers just read a book essentially.
Yeah.
I need to sit with myself some more.
I'm gonna make that transition at some. I know I want to do it. Like, not trying to be like or anything, but like, I'm slowly getting to it. I'm like, I know I want to listen to books, and then eventually I'm gonna read them. But like, maybe I just need to turn this need of listening to a YouTube video to a want of listening to a book.
I'm pretty sure Dune 1 is like 40 hours long. If
Yeah,
not more.
that'd be cool.
In audio format.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Or you could listen to 54 Eberron audiobooks.
I could.
You could.
Yeah.
They're probably fast.
Zelrock Chaos 1 asked if after 90 Seconds to Midnight, which was the Cyberpunk 3 shot that Mia ran on the channel, any plans on a season 2? Okay, you're asking 3 people who weren't in it. Any plans for a season 2 or even just a completely new game of Cyberpunk Red as a dungeon delve with the apartment in easy mode or one of the official adventures? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be cool.
I think that's a great way to say that to all the answers that could permeate from that question.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Be cool.
Sometime.
Yeah, but coy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but coy.
When you like to know.
Yeah, but see me in like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah. I don't know. We're talking about maybe making a Cyberpunk conversion for the Fallout system, but who knows if we'll get to that. It's not super high priority, but it's something I really want to do. So,
And
we'll see.
They had fun with Red. People like Red. I don't know. I don't know what that means.
I've never played it, so I need to play it at least once.
It's decent. By no means do I think Red is bad. I just think the essence of what Cyberpunk kind of wants to sell is better lived in like a action point Fallout system.
You have something to say?
I wasn't there. They had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to have a good time sometime.
Spencer
That
really wants to play. Spencer is going through more withdrawals than
That's the most I've ever seen Spencer beg, but not beg.
Yeah.
It did
Please,
not say, please, for the love of God, put me in it. I'd also like to have a good time.
I would have liked to be there.
Well, I will put you in contact with the person that run it, and then you can.
You know them personally?
I do. I'm close.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'd like to be close to them
Okay then.
at a table.
You know what? I'll see him later tonight in your living room.
Oh,
I'll make some contacts.
Are we finishing Ava tonight, or are we doing one part and then another part later?
I think it depends how much time. Like if we sit and talk for a little bit, we probably won't finish it. But if we jump into it, I think we'll finish it.
Okay.
well.
Ahem. If your Mediag 4349, what?
Every time you start one of these names, I think that's the question,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh wait, I'm
Mediag.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's just the thing.
It's a person.
Asked if your D&D character was if your D&D let's just pick a random one. Pick a D&D character.
Philip.
I'm picking the same boy I always pick.
Lazarus
Yeah. My
was
favorite boy.
a
You didn't pick one.
Cayman.
No.
I shouldn't have picked Cayman. Was a Pokemon gym leader. What type would they specialize in? / which Pokemon would be their ace? Okay, well we have I have the gift of when we make new characters, and Grace will sometimes make Pokemon teams for them, and it's really fun. I loved when she did it for Eberron. She also did it for Spelljammer, and that was cool.
She did it for Evenfall too.
I feel like also Strix.
Yes.
I think
She just hasn't done
I think she may have
Fallout.
done it all. I think she doesn't.
I don't think she did Fallout, but it makes sense because Fallout's a little. You don't know a lot about the characters yet,
Yeah,
and also it's also Fallout. So I'm not knowledgeable enough to answer this question. I don't think. Diglett.
Ew. The fuck?
For Cayman?
I don't know.
That's wild, dude.
Is there a crocodile?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you said he looks like one of them.
Crocodile or whatever.
Yeah, isn't there one that is just basically called Crocodile?
Yeah, there's several.
I think
you have alligator, you have Crocorock or whatever.
What's Lazarus's gym?
It's hard because he visually looks like he'd be a poison trainer, and also that's just my vibe.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, look at him, little crocodile.
Yeah.
He's like, what up?
What up?
He's dark ground.
He is dark
ground.
Yeah, dark ground.
Dude, I love dark ground.
Yeah.
I just this just came into my mind right now, so sorry to interrupt you. That is what he looked like fresh out of the tube.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That whole line is very Cayman.
Yeah.
We're we're finally finishing Neon Genesis Evangelion after watching it. Half of it like a year and a half ago, stopping and then being like, can we finish this? And now finishing it the past couple of weeks. And I love it. Like, so I don't, the ending may ruin me. Yeah. We'll see. But so far I love it. And I love the episode where Shinji and his Ava go fucking sicko crazy mode. And it's, you know, fleshy underneath. He has that arm. And after we watched that episode, and I was like, there's a part of that is like tonally like a vibe that I had for Caius's Null demon form, which is when he's like eating the other one, and then he looks up and he stares directly in the camera. And he has like the glowing eyes. I was like, that's it. Yeah. That's Yanagu. That's all of it. That's the whole idea. I fucking love it. Anyways, it's really cool or whatever.
I completely agree. Awesome. That's why I also like Nogu.
It's so.
Yeah, that's also why I love him.
So you dark ground or what?
No, that guy's dark ground.
Yeah, is Lazarus dark ground? Or is he ghost fairy?
Oh, yeah. That's not bad either. It's not bad.
I was gonna say he might be ghost.
Ghost
fairy's
makes
magic.
I think
right?
ghost makes more sense. It's like ghost psychic. I don't know.
Oh, psychic a type 2?
It is.
Yeah.
I think it was 19 or 20 types. He also could be a steel type.
Oh, that's got to be it. It's got to be ghost steel. Or I was thinking ghost because undead, but I could be wrong because I don't know the Pokemon.
I mean, that makes sense too. I think ghost works too. I don't know. So I think there's a lot of options there. But I guess I also think it could be ice.
Oh yeah.
And then maybe my ace, which ice is a terrible typing, but maybe I'll do like bear tick, just a giant like ice like polar bear guy.
That'd be cute.
I'll do that.
What's Philip?
I don't know.
Is there spirit type? What are the types?
There's a lot of types.
Well, there's all like the ones you think of: grass, water,
fire, dark, steel,
dark, fairy, steel,
fighting,
ground rock,
electric,
flying, electric.
Electric's good.
Electric is good.
I know fairy is one. Dragon is one.
Dragon is one also. There's probably one I've forgotten about somewhere. Oh, normal bug.
Oh yeah,
normal bug.
Yeah, normal bug.
Philip's normal dark.
Normal dark.
Like fighting dark.
Yeah.
Normal fighting.
He's
got Machop.
Maybe electric because he's got.
I don't know what Machop is. I think he's fighting, right?
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. You're right. Trust yourself.
I'm looking at.
It feels right.
Vibes-based Pokemon knowledge.
It feels right. That's how you can tell that every Pokemon is perfect. You're like, I can get your vibe just by looking at you.
Xeraphis is fire dark.
That makes sense too.
Yeah.
Like fucking what's his name from Smash?
Incineroar. He's cool, dude.
He is cool.
Cayman's probably like
he's yoked.
I don't think he's dragon. I don't think so.
He
might be.
I think you can get away with it. Some dragons are crazy. Yeah. Like in Pokemon, you could be a bridge and still a dragon.
What would you make Cayman?
He's not
made
bad
a lot
dragon.
of shit for him.
He's not bad for dragon, I think.
He might be.
I think Dragon Poison slaps like crazy.
That's cool.
Which would be really nuts because the thing with Dragon is that they're completely like they just get fucking wombo comboed by fairy typing, and they can't deal damage to fairy at all. That's the whole thing. Is that
makes sense.
Fairy's immune to Dragon type, but Fairy's super weak to poison.
Oh,
so you can have a weird like this is like a weird like glass cannon. I throw you out to hopefully drop your fairy typing, but if you hit me first, I'm dead.
Oh, that's
but
really
if I hit
funny.
you first, you're dead. So I don't know.
Really interesting.
I think Dragon Poison's pretty good.
Yeah, what's Philip?
Probably electric.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about electric.
That
Electric fighting.
That'd be cool. There's a Pokemon for that.
Oh, what is it?
Pikachu.
Yeah, actually, yes. There is the Pikachu clone that Dito was talking about Palmot.
Oh,
let's look him up.
He has those giant like big arms and he punches people, but in his little palms he has like electric.
Very Philip to be the alt version of the most popular Pokemon.
Yeah. He's very cute.
Oh. Yeah, my as I've said before, my Pokemon knowledge extends Smash Bros. So I know Pichu hurts himself.
That works out. It's cute.
It is cute.
No. Palmot's also like a good Pokemon because it's one you could like walk around with, and he has hands and thumbs, and
oh, that's nice.
He can like interact in a way that like a Voltorb that's just a sphere can't.
That's funny.
It's very cute.
Is that weird like pluff on his head?
Yeah.
The man can comb his own hair.
He's got thumbs.
Wow.
Yeah, he does have thumbs.
All right, that one M guy. The one DM guy. Not one M guy. That one DM guy, 1586 asked, "What are your favorite Pathfinder 2e classes conceptually?" Ooh.
I think we talked about this a little while ago. We had to look them all up.
Yeah.
Well, we've had some time to think about them. I think. I'm playing Magus. It's so cool. I think mechanically Magus seems to be my favorite so far from everything that I've seen. Because you get the best part of Pathfinder, the spells, and you get to be kind of like a fighter, and they have really cool feat options that just allow for like a really dynamic play style, which is really interesting. Conceptually, though, I really love. It sucks, but I like fighter a lot because there's so many little things you can do as a fighter. I love raising a shield. I love how different weapons work. I love like switching your weapons. I love, I don't know, just cool how fighter works in Pathfinder. But what's the one? It's not called Psyker, is it? Psychic. That one seems really interesting to me. Or Oracle, yeah.
Psychic and Oracle, I think, are similar.
No, it's the one Grace talks about, Thaumaturge. That one's so cool.
Yeah, that's
conceptually very interesting.
Oh, there is Psychic. It's Oracle and Psychic. They're right next to each other.
What about you, Spencer?
I think Witch is pretty cool.
Witch is cool.
Yeah.
Conceptually just really awesome. What about you, Pip?
Yeah, I think Thaumaturge is cool. I think it's probably my answer because so much of these are like things that I would love to play, but they're all classes that exist in both formats. Like I would really love to play a monk or a warlock or a sorcerer.
Hell yeah!
Or not, there's a warlock here, but that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Is Pathfinder not have a warlock?
At least not on this website I'm looking at.
I think it's because they kind of blur the line on what like a patron is.
Yeah. They also have variants. Like there is one that is like what the fuck are they called? I thought it's all like an occultist or something.
Well, it's kind of like almost all the classes, depending on what you can do. I don't know as much about Pathfinder as all of you guys. Clearly, whoever's watching this, I don't know as much as you. But there's ways to get a patron that doesn't have to go through your class. Yeah, I know that. So like, I know a witch can have a patron of some kind, and then like I think a sorcerer can also other classes can also have a patron.
I'm desperate for a patron. I'm just saying in general.
It's true. It's very cool.
I really want one.
I love having a sugar daddy.
I just want someone to be like, do this for me, and I'm like, I'll kill for anyone. All you do is tell me to, and I'll do it. Want this guy dead? He's dead.
It's very Cadman of you.
Well, I'm trying to inject a little bit.
It's kind of funny that you switched to Anastasia. Let's move on.
What?
I went to Anastasia and she didn't tell me to do enough.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want you to be more bloodthirsty. I'm supposed to be a dog on a leash. They're like, get him.
I think in Act 3 it's going to happen.
I hope so.
I think it's going to happen.
Sick him.
The Wombat 8111 asked, "You made it / are making a Fallout system. So what advice could you give to someone attempting to make a TTRPG system as well? Also, what are your opinions on other fan-made TTRPGs such as DC-20?" I haven't read a lot of other fan-made TTRPGs because that's kind of my advice. Is you can definitely learn something from them by reading them. But I think it's just a personal thing for me. I tend to kind of lose inspiration when I see that somebody else has kind of done the same thing, because it's like I find satisfaction in the fact that it's going to sound selfish, but getting to create something unique that I really like. So when I go out and seek something and then find something that's virtually the same thing, or I at least accomplishing the same idea that I have, then I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. So my advice is like, ignore everything and do what you find is fun. Not that you should, like, I take inspiration from other systems that I've played. I'm not saying just like don't play anything and ignore like everything all the time, but like, I don't know, if you have a vision and you want to stick to that vision, enact your vision, do it. And going around and like trying to find inspiration from other things, for me, doesn't help. I already have it in my brain, kind of, from playing things that I've already played, which I know sounds super, super arrogant, but it's genuinely what I did when I sat down with the Fallout system. I was like, I did research and I looked around at other Fallout systems because I wanted to do it on Arcane Arcade, and I was like, I don't like any of them, and here's what I would do if I were to make my own. Yeah, that's the best advice I can give to you because that's all I did. I just went, if I wanted to do it, this is how I would do it. But if you can look at other people's creations and be like, oh, that's a cool idea, I could do that differently, hats off to you. That's super cool. But I don't know, if you've got a vision, do it, enact it, put it to paper. And you will be surprised with what you create. Next up, and then make all of your friends play it. And be like, and you all have to play it now, and it's streamed, so you have to be there.
And you have to be there.
Stealth 3 Mustard 811 asked, "I know Colton had some history with it, but Jake has mentioned it like twice. But what's people's experience with Warhammer and its setting?" I am not very well versed in Warhammer. I am little baby novice into Warhammer. I have played mostly the video games. I played Battle Sector when it was mostly when the Magic the Gathering sets came out. I had played like a little bit of Vermintide before that, and that was fun. It was just whatever. It was just Vermintide. And then I played Battle Sector when the cards came out because the game looked fun, and the game was fun. And then I played the Magic the Gathering decks. That was cool, learning about those. I watched some lore videos at the time that Sarah and Colton sent me. I don't know if I retained fucking any of it. And I played a little bit of Darktide, and I played the new one that came out recently, the Space Marine, but I didn't finish it. So I have like passive knowledge of Warhammer, but not nearly as much as like Colton. Oh, and then Colton tells me a lot. I think the most Warhammer I know comes from Colton talking to me about short stories that he writes and RP that he does with his fiance and their group and stuff like that, which is probably the most interesting Warhammer that I ingest. It's very cool to see what he kind of comes up with and what he tells me about it. So, but yeah, I don't know if I could tell you a lot about it.
Yeah, the only thing that I know about Warhammer came from Sari when we drove to Fresno to go to WWE with Colton and Sari, and then we got a flat tire on the way there. Yeah. And Colton had to drive us to the place that we took our car to and then back home, and Sari, most of the time we were in the car, just told us everything that she loves about Warhammer.
Yes.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool. Yeah. But yeah, so like Warhammer's just been kind of like adjacent to everything that I kind of know, so I just like tangentially know about it, but I'm no expert. I could like recognize things you're talking about, but I don't think I could talk to you about it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the proper nouns, but that's about it. What about you, Pepper?
It's kind of a duo thing. Me and Mia know. I don't say a lot because it's one of those things that's a big pool where we can tread water. We have Necrons, we have Space Marines. I think they're just Ultramarines. We have Tau, which is all the ones you see that are painted at our table.
Oh, I guess I also should say I've never actually played Warhammer.
Yeah.
The minis. No. I never played it.
I have. So at least that I have done. I think we have I say we have Necrons. I think of that. I think my dad started me with Space Hulk, which is the board game version of it.
Oh, cool.
Forever Go, where you fight Tyranids and like Gene Stealers, and the whole premise of the board game of Space Hulk is that you're 5 like Ultramarines that get on a spaceship and then are there to like investigate what happened, and then it's find it like infested with stuff, and you have to complete like objectives and get off the ship before you get killed.
That's fun.
So the board game itself plays as like the enemy, or a person GMs and also is the enemy.
That's cool.
And then before I ever played D&D, I played Horus Heresy, which is the RPG version of it, and I played a whole campaign of that.
That's cool.
And then I don't know. At some point when I'm filthy rich, I'll have like a whole like Nurgle like Rada army or something. But I think for now that's about it. So I mean,
it's so funny.
I know a lot, but not like enough to not enough to like show up my army at like a local game store and play the fucking game.
Right. Yeah.
I could, but I don't think I'd want to.
Oh, and I bought Warhammer stuff, but to use for D&D.
Yeah.
Like I bought minis and things, and I painted them, but not for Warhammer.
Yeah, I think maybe I've played once or twice, but most of the time we bought anything was because I wanted to use it for like a different RPG. But that's probably because we also did Horse Heresy. So
yeah,
those minis are expensive.
They are very expensive. That's the thing. If it was just me, I would never. But because it was like me and Mia and then a friend of ours, it was always really easy to like shoulder everything. Yeah. And working at a game store, I had a discount, and I would only buy stuff that people traded back in, so I could get. I got like crazy deals on it. So at
PAX East, PAX Unplugged.
Yeah.
Me and you and a bunch of YouTuber friends, they had Warhammer laser tag, and we all played that, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
That was with like, oh, you didn't, because you were pregnant.
I was pregnant with
Marceline,
yeah.
That's right. It was with Logan and was Colton and Sari.
Colton and Sari were there. Joe Cat,
Davy, Echo, Dingo, Felix. That was so much fun. That was so cool.
I don't think Davy was there.
Yeah, he was. No, he wasn't. That's right. I keep telling him, like, you weren't there the time we played Warhammer laser tag, and he's like, no! It's so funny.
Yeah.
I keep confusing because the previous time we went, he was there. And he bought Gloomhaven and brought it back to our Airbnb, and we set up Gloomhaven in our Airbnb. That was insane. He carried Gloomhaven around.
And I accidentally stole all of his stickers from Gloomhaven.
He had to reorder the stickers. He was so mad. It was so funny. Yeah.
Because he messaged me. He was like, hey, did you guys like accidentally take my stickers? And I was like, no. And then like a month later, I finally cleaned out our suitcase, and it was in the front pack. Yeah. And I was like, uh-oh.
Played Gloomhaven, though.
I did steal your stickers, Debbie. I'm so sorry.
It was funny. We love Gloomhaven. I really miss it. We played it in a lot in like 2020, and it was, oh my god, it was so much fun. Yeah. We nearly beat it. We unlocked so much out of that game. For those of you who don't know, it's a board game that like progresses every time you play it, and you get to unlock characters that are like sealed in boxes, and there's stickers, and it's like such an impressive game because it progresses every time you play it. Yeah. And it was genuinely there's nothing I have like can equate to the 10 sessions of Gloomhaven I played, unlocking a character, opening and then getting to play that character. It was like just so satisfying. It was so much fun. We did get Frosthaven because we backed the Kickstarter, and we played it a little bit, but we never finished it. And I'm so sad.
I'm surprised you didn't bring up Sari buying all of those Warhammer minis.
Oh my god, that's right. She bought so much Warhammer.
She bought like a giant box of Warhammer minis, and then she had to get back to Canada, so she took all of the minis out of the box that it came in, wrapped them in her clothing so they wouldn't break, and then organized her suitcase, and it was like, I really hope they don't open my bag at TSA and through customs, because I cannot replicate this again in a timely manner. But she got home.
That's good.
Yeah.
So funny. All right, I think we have time for one more. There is one more. Well, I didn't refresh, so there probably is more, but we'll see.
Next time.
Macaron Delp DM 932 or Macaron Elp D. I don't know. Sorry. How much must I sacrifice for you to make a how to play video on Magus? I'd love to see that. Your videos have pushed me to try Pathfinder 2 out with my group, and we've been loving it. So thanks. Also, happy birthday to baby.
Oh. That's true.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. It was his birthday.
Yeah, you were born. And you're getting pissed off.
We're going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try how to play again. I'm going to do it with the Pathfinder classes. I really want to. It looks like fun. We'll see how it goes. because those videos did really. I'm reformat it a little bit, but I do want to. What?
Do you know how to play Magus?
Do
you know how to play that one?
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Okay.
It's a challenge to you, sir.
All right then. Spencer can write the video then.
Maybe I will.
I guess Spencer can learn how to play fucking Pathfinder. That's actually how I learned how to play D&D was by making those videos.
Yeah.
That's how I learned how you know how to play by making them. So I'm hoping it'll kind of do a reverse effect where like I'll learn how to play Pathfinder through making the videos.
Yeah.
But also the videos could just not do well, and I will just go.
Never mind.
Well, sorry.
And start with Magus then.
I might start with Rogue because meme.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.